Hello everyone, welcome back and time for another Power Rangers HyperForce recap, episode 5. Before I begin, I just want to tell you guys happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys had a great day. And if you did go Black Friday shopping, I just hope you guys were safe and smart. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope you had a great Thursday. So, let's begin. Episode begins right after they say goodbye to Aisha. We know that Scorpina and Volcanos got the clay. They're still in Angel Grove. But that's about to change. So Alpha detects that they have around 3 hours for Scorpino to time jump. So what Jack suggests is to fix the ship. So Vesper and Chloe go to the engine room while Eddie, Jack, and Marvin go to the control central room. Vesper and Chloe had a little moment. Chloe became more open and was saying that she was feeling sad and she's scared. You know, she fools around, you know, to hide the fact that she's really scared. So she tells Vesper that, you know, they hope that they can escape Angel Grove and go back to their own time one day. Vesper's like, you know what, Chloe, it's okay, I feel the same way. I don't know how to fix the ship, so I'm scared too. You know, it's okay since we have each other. We're friends now. You know, we've gotten closer these past few days. Marvin, Eddie, and Jack are together, and Marvin's suggesting that what if they use their Ranger energy to open up a portal and time travel through. Instead of just flying, they can just open a portal and time travel that way. Chloe and Vesper again, and Chloe and Vesper are eating a donut. They start having this talk like, oh, if we go back to our own time, maybe we can take some candy, some donuts back to our time and sell them. We'll make billions of dollars. Apparently sugar doesn't exist in the future, because I guess everyone's healthy in the future. So Vesper has an idea to send a message to the future, and maybe hopefully they can get equipment from the future and they can finally escape Angel Grove. So Alpha has a message from Zordon and he tells the Rangers to meet back in the main room. So Zordon says that they need to find a way to escape his time, and the Rangers are telling him that they're doing everything they can. But at the same time, there's a samurai dog attacking the city, and Zordon's telling him that his Rangers are busy with something else, so he wants them to go and handle it. Eddie and Vesper will stay and try to fix the ship or send the message to the future, while Marvin, Jack, and Chloe go into the city and fight the samurai dog. So they come up with a name for the samurai dog and they call it Shiburai. So at the moment they get there, Marvin does his best to clear the area. He does something loud and obnoxious again. The Shiburai faces Jack and they end up fighting. While Chloe is looking for the area, she notices a little boy hiding around in the bushes. So she goes up to him and is like, oh, hello, what's your name? The little boy is like, oh, my name's Stevie, I'm lost, I lost my parents and I don't know what to do. And Chloe's like, alright, here is some candy, it'll make you feel better. Now I'm gonna help you find your parents, so jump on my back, I'll give you a piggyback ride and we'll look for your parents together. So while Jack is fighting, Marvin contacts Vesper and Eddie and tells them like, oh, how's the ship? And Eddie and Vesper are like, you know, we're trying our best, we can't really do much since our energy supply is really low. So he's just like, hold on a little bit, we'll be there soon, just hold off the samurai dog. During this time, it was just pure on fighting back and forth. The episode went by really fast. Chloe finds Stevie's parents, but now she has to run back to the park and help Jack and Marvin, so that's going to take a while. While she's trying to get back, Marvin and Jack are handling the Shiburai. So for some reason, Jack decides to do a cartwheel to distract the Shiburai so Marv can have a chance to attack. So Chloe comes back eventually and sees the dog, the Shiburai, and she's already completely in awe. She's calling it adorable, cute. She doesn't want to hurt it, but she knows deep down that Shiburai is evil. So she morphs into action.
HyperForce! Ready? Power up!
After she morphs, she does a hurricane kick and knocks it out of the park. And then Marvin comes in and tackles it down. While they're fighting, they come back to Eddie and Vesper and they're trying to fix the ship and trying to find a way to communicate to the future. Smooth Eddie comes in again. Smooth Eddie, you already know how he is. Eddie confronts Vesper about what happened in the library. So when he was talking about how when he was under Scorpina's control, Vesper came in up to him and said that Eddie was her boyfriend. So he brought that up. It was like, so he's saying I'm your boyfriend? So Vesper's like, yes, the group came up with that to get you out of the spell and for you to come back to us and be good. Eddie was just trying really hard to get Vesper's love, but Vesper doesn't understand the concept of love, kind of. So she was kind of like, yes, you and me are friends forever, like we're Ranger buds, you know. I kind of hurt seeing Eddie like, oh, you know, that's fine, but you know, it's okay because he knows that she doesn't know the concept of love, or you know, she's learning, she's growing as a human. I think she's human. She might be like some alien like half alien, half human. She's kind of like Spock. So now they do a little cutaway. The enemy base that they're doing a cutaway to is Lord Zed's throne room. So Lord Zed sees what's going on, and he sees the new Rangers fighting, and he doesn't know who they are. So what he does is like, oh well, since they're in my territory, I guess I should send help. So he sends in the putties to fight. Jack and Marv morph into action.
HyperForce! Yellow! Ready! Power up! HyperForce! Red! Power up!
Jack decides to go after the Shiburai while Marvin goes after the putty. Chloe was on a roll in this episode. Like every time she did a dice roll, it was just a high number, and she was able to defeat and hit multiple enemies, and she was on fire. So Jack gets hit by the Shiburai, and they make a little joke. He lost a lot of health, and they were making fun of him, saying that we can't let Jack die again. You know, we don't have another defibrillator to bring him back. So while they're fighting the putties and the Shiburai, we go back to Vesper and Eddie, and they're still trying to find a way to get the message out. Eddie tells Vesper about Marvin's theory, saying maybe the ship runs in our Ranger energy. Vesper tells Eddie, like, we can't test that right now. I'd rather test this message because we have the equipment to do that. So I'd rather give this message out to the future. So we go back to Marvin, Jack, and Chloe, who are still fighting the Shiburai. Marvin decides to pick up one of the putties and throws it at the Shiburai. The Shiburai notices what he tries to do, so he goes after Marvin. But since he's distracted by Marvin, Jack comes in with his hammer and swings and hits him in the eye. So the Shiburai is like, ah. Chloe, since she's on fire, she decides to hit the other eye, and boom, it was successful. The Shiburai is now blind. So now we do another cutaway to Scorpina and her base. Scorpina is seeing the fight as well, and she wants to go and fight them. But the Alliance leader shows up and says, no, our mission is more important than just fighting the Rangers. So after they think that their victory, the Shiburai is blind, and he starts smelling around. And since he's a dog, dogs have better smell than human beings. So the Shiburai knows that he has a higher advantage. Marvin and Chloe have been trying to do this tag team attack. They've been failing doing it. But this time, since Chloe was on a roll, they actually pulled it off. They pulled off their tag team, and they eventually defeated the Shiburai. So they start to celebrate, saying like, yeah, we did it, good job. But then lightning comes in and strikes the Shiburai's body, and guess what? It makes him grow. I'm never doing that again. So Marv tries his best to get the Shiburai's attention, but since they're so tiny, he doesn't care for them. So he goes to the city and tries to wreck it. So we cut back to Eddie and Vesper, and they're still working on the machine. They're finishing. They finished building it, and all they have to do is turn it on. It won't turn on. So Eddie was like, you know what? I'm going to use my lucky wrench, the wrench that you gave me, and I'm going to give it a hit. And when he hits it, it turns on. So now they're able to send the message to the future. Chloe messages them, and it's like, oh, how are you guys? Like, what's the status? And Vesper and Eddie, like, we got it to work. Now we got to know what we're going to say in the message. And then Chloe's like, oh, tell them that I'm on fire and I'm doing a really good job. And they start telling the message. And Vesper's just like, hi, I'm Vesper. I'm a Ranger, HyperForce. Like, we need help. Our engines is dead. Our ship is down. We're stuck in 1994 Angel Grove. Chloe's awesome, and we need help. Marvin tells him, like, tell him we're also fighting a giant dog. And then Eddie's like, what are you talking about? And Marvin's like, look out the window. So when Eddie turns out, he's like, oh my god, that's a big dog. And then like, alright, we also need help for fighting a big dog. And they're like, alright, well, that message sent. Hopefully they get back to us. So after they send the message, they get a message back really quick. And guess who it is? It's Abigail. I called her like Ashley in the first episode of my recap. But yes, Abigail, she comes back and she's like, hi Rangers, hopefully you're getting this message. She's like, hi Rangers, I hope you're getting this message. Well, lucky for you, we have a package coming in soon for you guys. We'll give you another crystal for your time traveling and another engine to fly, so make it count. So while the Shiburai is destroying the city, so a big giant portal opens up in the sky and figures start to come down. But what are those figures? It's time. We finally got their Zords. So what are they? The first one to come in is Vesper's Zord, which is a Cerberus type of Zord where it has 3 heads and it's a dog. Then the second one to come in is a lion, and that lion is Marvin's Zord. And then the third one is a phoenix, and that phoenix is Chloe's Zord, and it has sharp wings and it's able to shoot them. Eddie has a serpent sword, where its tail is like a drill. And Jack's Zord is a big tanky ram with 2 cannons on each side. And it was all thanks to the Ranger Buds, Eddie and Vesper, for sending that message. And they see their Zords and everyone jumps in. So Eddie and Vesper join in with the other guys. They were like, you know what? If we're gonna do this, if we're gonna use our Zords for the first time, I think we have to dress for the occasion. Eddie's like, it's morphing time. And then Vesper, she was like, it's morphing time.
HyperForce! Blue! Ready! Power up!
HyperForce. Black. Ready. Power up.
She was doing a little Easter egg to Sailor Mars, I believe it was Sailor Mars. So they all hop into the Zords. Jack is like, it has that new Zord smell. Vesper decides to have fun and names her Zord Troy. So they're all in the Zords and they go after the Shiburai, but the Shiburai is still blind and all he can do is smell. But he smells Eddie's serpent and decides to go after it and starts biting it and shaking it back and forth. So Marvin uses his Lion Zord claws to go after the Shiburai. Jack decides to shoot the Shiburai with his 2 cannons on each side. So yeah, they're doing everything they can to let Eddie free. Vesper comes in, it's like, 3 heads are better than 1, and you're also hurting my friend, so leave them alone. And she sends Troy to go after it. When Troy bites the Shiburai, he bites him in 3 different places because of his 3 different heads. The Shiburai lets Eddie go and Eddie's free. Since Eddie breaks free, he decides to attack with his Zord. It's funny because he said he was gonna ram into the Shiburai, but then Jack is like, hey, that's my job. I ram into people. He's like, okay, I'm gonna slither around and drill him in the middle. So Eddie asks Chloe for help to pick him up and then drop him into the Shiburai and drill him. And yeah, so the Shiburai gets knocked back. Chloe was like, I'm gonna fly really high up into the sky and do a dive. And since she was on a roll, she decides to give a little speech. When she starts going down, she was like, guys, I told Vesper that I was a little scared and that we were gonna be stuck here forever. But now after getting these rolls and me being on fire, I'm not scared anymore. I know that we'll succeed in our mission and we will defeat the Alliance leader. So when she's close to the Shiburai, her wings open and she just starts hitting it in multiple areas. And this is where it kind of gets dark. The Shiburai is pretty much beaten up and starts to crawl away. So Marvin comes in with his Lion Zord and starts clawing away at the Shiburai. So Vesper says that she wants to finish off the Shiburai, so she uses Troy's tail mace and starts swinging it and boom, hits it and the Shiburai is defeated. The pun they used was, now that was a real dogfight. So the Alliance leader's ship is there and Marvin wants to go for the attack, but Vesper's like, no, we gotta go back and fix the ship. And then while they're discussing, Alpha's like, we have no time, the 3 hours is almost up, we got to do something really quick. Chloe sees the Alliance leadership going inside a portal or like getting ready to leave, so she starts to shoot it, but her feathers don't do much. Vesper says that they got a package from the future, so with that package they're able to fix the ship. So the best thing to do is go back to the ship, fix it, and follow them to wherever they're going. So they park their Zords into the ship. Eddie, Jack, and Marvin try to connect wires while Chloe and Vesper are in the engine room trying to fix the engine. So everything is fixed, it's connected, but the ship still won't go on. So they don't know what to do. So Marvin's like, maybe I was right with the whole Ranger energy. So they all go into their Zords and use their Ranger energy and it turns on. So what Marvin wants to do is follow the Alliance leader into the portal and hitchhike, and they will eventually meet up at the same place. So they're like, this is not the same thing, just go inside the time portal with the Alliance ship. They're like, alright. So they turn on their ship, they fly into the portal. Bye bye Angel Grove, we had fun. So they're in the HyperForce stream. So yeah, they're there and they're behind the Alliance leader, but the Alliance leader is getting energy and they don't know where that's coming from. So they think that the Alliance leader is absorbing their Ranger energy. So Jack wants to turn off the ship and let them just go with the flow, but at the same time there's also a ball of light following them, so they don't know if that's gonna hurt them. So they're like, okay, we'll turn off our ship, but we'll keep our shields down. Like, that sounds like a plan. So they turn off their power, but the ball of light is getting closer to them, so they turn on their shield, but they were a little bit too slow and they got hit with the ball of light and they start just flying around and they exit the HyperForce. Now they're in the middle of nowhere. They're literally in space just flying around. Alpha starts like freaking out and starts to have like little seizures. The energy of the ship starts working. Alpha starts saying like, oh, I can't detect anything. Where are we? I don't know where we are. Do you sense any Rangers here? Like, no, I can't detect anything from here. This is we don't know where we are. Everything goes crazy. They all suggest that like maybe we didn't reach a correct time. Maybe this is like in the far future or the far past where Power Rangers is done. Like either they never existed or they stopped existing. Alpha eventually just shuts down. Like all his lights just turn dark. Marvin suggests to just turn on the ship and just hopefully something will happen. But nope, since Alpha runs on like the Ranger timeline, everything starts breaking down, circuits explode, sirens go on. The ship tells them that manual landing is happening soon, so they best sit down and fasten their seatbelts. So they crash land into this warehouse and there's rubble everywhere. Vesper and Eddie think it's a good idea to explore where they are and hopefully it's a safe area. So when Vesper and Eddie were about to leave, they get a knock on the door and someone answers like, "Hello, is anyone in there? Are you guys safe? We saw you guys crash." Vesper's like, "Who are you?" And the person's like, "It doesn't matter who I am. We just saw you crash. We just want to know if you're safe." And Vesper's like, "Would it matter if you told us your name or not?" And he's like, "Oh, my name's M. We saw you crash land. We want to know if you're okay." They open the door and it's this young woman. Vesper tells them like, "Okay, we are the Power Rangers. We are okay." And M knows about the Power Rangers, so it's like, "Okay, can you come with us? We need to go somewhere safe." So Eddie wants to know, when are they? Jack, Marvin, and Chloe are with Alpha in the central room, and they're trying to find out where are they and when are they. So M shows Vesper, Eddie, the people she's with, and they see that there's like 20-30 people and that they look awful. They've been traveling for so long and they just want to get somewhere safe. And Eddie asks like, "So where are you guys traveling? It looks like you guys been through a lot." And it's just like, "Oh, we've been through a lot. Like this world is just a bad place to live, but there is a city that helps people live a better life." And they're like, "Where is this place?" Like, "It's called Corinth City. So like we need help getting there." So Eddie's like, "I asked my crew if they want to tag along." So Eddie goes back to the ship while Vesper stays outside with M and the big group. So Eddie comes in and he sees that Jack, Chloe, and Marvin are there trying to see what's going on with Alpha. Eddie tells them that there's a big group of people outside. They want to go to this place called Corinth City. Maybe we should tag along, find more about this place. Marvin's like, "I don't want to leave Alpha or the ship alone," but Eddie's like, "There's probably some cloaking device. Maybe we can just hide it and have a force field around it." So Eddie finds the cloaking device for the ship and he turns it on. The ship disappears. Chloe's like, "Alright, I'm ready. I got my burritos. Let's head out." And Marvin has Alpha with him, taking it to Corinth City. So they leave the ship. Eddie's just like, "Alright, I put the location of our ship. So if we ever need to come back, just ask me and I know where we need to go." So when they go outside, they hear Vesper just declaring like, "Do not think of me of a higher power. Do not think of me as a queen. I am your savior. I am a Power Ranger. Don't think of me as a goddess. I am here to help you. Don't call me Queen Vesper. I am a normal person like you guys." Everyone's like, "You didn't tell us you had a title, Queen Vesper." And so Marvin's like, "Vesper, what are you doing?" And Vesper's like, "Oh, I'm just letting them know that they're equal, okay? I'm nothing higher. Like we're equally matched as a person. Like, alright, come on, let's go to Corinth." And Marvin is like, "So what happened to this world? Why is this like weird?" And Em tells him like, "Oh, technology is ruining this world we once lived in." And she didn't want to say much more because it hurts her because she probably been through a lot. So they walk and they see a dome city in the distance, and that is Corinth City. And that's where the episode ends. So what did you guys think? Did you guys like the reveal in the end? We went to Angel Grove to Corinth City. Now, if you don't know what Corinth City is, I didn't. I kind of knew what it was. I remember it's from Power Rangers RPM. I haven't seen RPM, but after that episode, I started watching it. Right now, I'm currently like in episode 10. I'm loving the series so far. It's amazing. It's totally different from any Power Rangers series. It's really dark. I love the tone of it. You guys should give it a watch. I'll post on Twitter at Benzik with an L. Yeah, I'll totally start tweeting my thoughts and what's going on. Like, I've been enjoying the series. HyperForce. Ooh, I didn't know if you were able to do this, but you guys have made it to RPM. So let's see where this goes. Let's hope we get another guest character. Well, we need to find out when this takes place. Was it during that 1 year from the first episode? So let's see what happens. Did you like this episode of HyperForce? I certainly did. There was a lot of action. Chloe was on fire. More character development. It was just an amazing episode overall. There's just so many things. I'm excited for the next episode of HyperForce where they explore Corinth City. I don't know. I just can't wait. I'm excited. Have you guys seen RPM? What did you guys think? Did you guys like this episode of HyperForce? What did you guys think? And as always, like, favorite, comment, share. Subscribe if you want. I really want to talk to people, so please comment. No one comments on these videos, but I want to have a conversation. Tune in next time. As always, have a great day or night or wherever you are. See you next time.
HyperForce!